I never intended for things to spiral this far. What started as a few seemingly innocent messages slowly grew into something I couldn't control, something that crept into the quiet corners of my marriage, where love used to live. My name is Rachel, and for most of my life, I was the kind of woman who followed rules, who believed in vows, who genuinely thought that love, once promised under an altar, could endure anything. But somewhere along the line, I became someone I had sworn I never would. Ethan and I had been married for 11 years. People called us stable, dependable, comfortable, and they weren't wrong. We rarely argued anymore, but maybe that was a problem. We didn't laugh either. Our conversations had dwindled to practical matters: groceries, bills, home repairs. Ethan remembered to fill the gas tank, but he forgot how to truly see me. And I forgot how to tell him I missed being noticed. Then came Daniel. He wasn't some stranger I met online. He worked just 2 floors up, a familiar face I had known for years. He listened when he didn't have to. He noticed the things no one else did. It didn't start with passion or drama. It started with comfort disguised as connection. And comfort can be dangerous when you're starved for affection. I told myself it wasn't cheating, just coffee breaks, then late lunches, then messages that went too far. One night, while Ethan slept on the couch with the TV humming softly, I sat in our bedroom, heart pounding, staring at my phone. Daniel's message glowed on the screen. I wish you could just tell him. I hate sneaking around. That was the first time guilt outweighed desire. I typed back, I'm ending it tomorrow. I can't do this to him anymore. And I meant it. The next day, I asked Daniel to meet me at the small apartment he rented downtown. My plan was simple: end things quietly, cleanly, without chaos. Ethan didn't need to know. I thought I was protecting him from the kind of pain that shatters people. The sky that morning was gray, heavy, as if even the world disapproved. I parked a couple streets away, hands trembling on the steering wheel. Inside, Daniel greeted me with that familiar, gentle smile that had once made me feel alive. But that day, it only made me feel small. I can't do this anymore. I blurted before he closed the door. He doesn't deserve this. Daniel's eyes searched mine. Hurt, confusion, maybe anger. Rachel, you think ending it like this fixes anything? You think you can just erase me? I swallowed hard. I'm not erasing you. I'm trying to stop the bleeding before it gets worse. He ran a hand through his hair and stepped closer. So that's it. After everything. Before I could answer, the door turned. My heart froze. I thought it was a landlord or a neighbor, until I heard his voice. Rachel, it's Ethan. I turned slowly, disbelief twisting in my stomach. He stood in the doorway, scanning the room. The 2 coffee mugs, Daniel standing too close, and the guilt written across my face. He didn't yell. He didn't move. He just stared, as if his mind was trying to catch up with what his eyes already knew. How long? His voice was calm. Too calm. Ethan, how long? He repeated. I could have lied. I could have said it was nothing, a misunderstanding. But looking at the man who had loved me in his quiet, awkward way, I couldn't. 6 months. I whispered. The silence that followed was unbearable. Not anger, not heartbreak, just the sound of something ending. He nodded once, slowly, as if confirming what his heart had already known. Then he turned and walked out. No shouting, no demands, just the soft click of the door closing behind him. That was the last time I saw my husband's face before everything fell apart. For 3 days, there was nothing. The house was silent. His side of the bed untouched, his toothbrush gone, his clothes, his watch, even his wedding ring vanished. I called once, then twice. No answer. And honestly, I couldn't blame him. I had built this wreck myself. Still every night, I found myself listening for his footsteps, hoping for the sound of keys in the door or that quiet sigh before he'd say, I'm home. But it never came. The first message was from his lawyer, a polite, distant email about separation terms. No anger, no questions, just formality. That hurt more than anything. He wasn't punishing me. He was erasing me cleanly, efficiently, like a stain he had finally decided to wash away. Daniel tried to comfort me at first. He said time would make things right. But every word out of his mouth reminded me of what I'd lost. He wasn't the one who made coffee for me every morning, fixed a leaky sink, or kissed my forehead while I half slept. Daniel wasn't my husband. He was just a symptom of everything I had ignored. After 2 weeks, I ended things with Daniel completely. He didn't argue. Maybe he finally realized what we had wasn't love, just escape. I thought about writing Ethan a letter. I even started one. You didn't deserve what I did. I thought I was protecting you from pain by keeping secrets, but all I did was multiply it. I never sent it. Some things can't be repaired with an apology. I had already lost the right to ask for forgiveness. Months passed. I moved into a smaller apartment, started therapy, tried to piece together what was left of me. But guilt doesn't fade easily. It lingers like a shadow in every quiet room. I catch myself setting 2 plates of dinner or reaching for my phone to share a funny moment with him. Old habits were cruel reminders of what used to be mine. One evening, I saw him by accident in a grocery store. He stood in line with a basket of simple things: milk, bread, apples. He looked different, lighter. When his eyes met mine, there was no anger, just calm recognition. "Ethan," I said softly. "Rachel," he replied. I wanted to say sorry again, though he had probably replayed enough apologies in his mind for a lifetime. But the word stuck in my throat. "How have you been?" I asked instead. He paused, then said one word: peaceful. Such a small word, but it broke me. I forced a smile. "I'm glad." He paid for his groceries, thanked the cashier, and walked out. I waited, hoping for a glance back, but he didn't. Maybe that was his final act of love, letting me live with what I had done, without offering comfort or closure. That night, walking home, I thought about that day in Daniel's apartment. The day I told myself I was ending the affair to protect Ethan. How arrogant that was. Pain doesn't disappear when you hide it. It waits. It grows. It eventually finds its way out. Now I understand. Love isn't destroyed by anger. It dies quietly, from neglect, from silence, from the moment you stop choosing the person beside you. I stopped choosing Ethan long before I betrayed him. The affair was only proof of that. Sometimes I still dream about our old house. I see him sitting on the couch, murmuring at the TV, and me walking in, standing behind him, wanting to say something to bring us back. But in the dream, like in life, he never turns around. And when I wake, it's to an empty room, the sound of rain against a window, and one haunting thought repeating in my head. I tried in the affair in secret to spare him pain, but all I really did was teach him how to live without me.